guys, Josh from TrueMyLens.com. Today we're in Kenai Fjords National Park and we're hiking the Exit Glacier.
The trailhead for Exit Glacier is located about 15 minutes from the town of Seward. It's a popular trailhead in the area, so you probably want to plan to get there early on a weekend in the summer. Came around this bend about 1.5 miles from the Glacier trailhead, and there is an overlook of the glacier. Awesome. This viewpoint is only 5 to 7 minutes drive from the trailhead, so don't miss it as you make your way there. Probably one of the best views you can get of the Harding ice field without making the long climb to the top. The sign says that at one point in time, this entire area up to like right here would have been ice at the last ice age. After soaking in the viewpoint, we got back in our car and headed towards the trailhead. Pops and I are doing one of our last things on this road trip, and that's the hike up to Exit Glacier. It's about 2 miles round trip and 400 feet of elevation gain. Unfortunately, the nature center was closed, but there was a ranger you could talk to. This trail provides us with the Glacier view, which is the wheelchair accessible portion, and then also the Glacier overlook, which is not wheelchair accessible, and it's right there. So we're heading out to Glacier view first, and then to Glacier overlook. What's interesting is as you were driving up, it shows these dates which tell you where the ice was at specific times. So in 1917, the ice was right here. In order to visit this national park, this is the only accessible area that you don't need a boat or a plane to get to. So if you want to experience it, this is it. This first portion of the trail, the wheelchair accessible part, is not paved, but it's nice and flat.
Get away quick. Make a noise for the bear.
We've made it to the river, and this is where the glacier would have been in 1926.
Once this first portion starts following the river, it becomes a really beautiful Alaskan trail.
And here's where the glacier was in 1951. There's our first view on the trail of the Exit Glacier.
This view is just something that you see as you're walking along the river to the official viewpoint. When I was taking these clips, we hadn't actually made it to the official viewpoint yet. This glacier received its name because it was the exit point for the first official crossing of the Harding ice field in 1968.
We have officially made it to the glacier view. There's Exit Glacier and the Harding ice field, so we're just going to like right here, but there's a trail all the way up to there too.
If you're only looking for a short trail in the area, or if you're using a wheelchair, this is a great way to experience the glacier.
As we come around this bend, we are back on the main trail. So when this shelter that we're in was built in 1987, the glacier was right here. An unobstructed view of the glacier. Now it's like a half mile away. So here's the break off to the Harding Ice Field Trail, which is 8.2 miles round trip and a bunch of elevation, so a much more strenuous trail. But we're just staying on the easy trail today. Going left to the outwash plain and then up to the glacier overlook. Never mind, that part is washed out and closed, so on to the glacier overlook.
So the outwash is washed out.
Dun-dun. Here's where the glacier was in 1961.
This trail is easy to follow and there's lots of signs directing you which way to go.
We're heading to Outwash Plain again, round 2. On the Outwash Plain, which is where the glaciers receded from. Unfortunately, there's too much water, so you need to be able to get all the way over there to get a view of the glacier, and we cannot get there right now. But definitely come see if you can when you come visit. You know what you can do though, is that you can pick up a piece of the glacier and you can throw it at your dad.
This is a really cool place to explore with all the huge chunks of ice.
Now tell me this, in any national park have you ever seen pieces of a glacier helping to form the base of a trail sign?
Never.
Back on the trail to the Glacier overlook. We have now started the uphill portion of the hike, which is 400 feet to the overlook.
During the uphill portion, you start to pass the tree line and you get some great views back towards the river and the valley that you're in.
We're not even to the overlook yet, but look at that. Wow. This sign shows all the things I've been pointing out to you guys, but those are all the years. And this is what it looks like now. I mean, this glacier would have gone way back there. I never thought I'd say this, but it's hot in Alaska.
During this section, you start getting good views of the glacier.
Pops, we made it.
As you can see, this is a pretty popular hike and there was a lot of people here with us at the overlook. This overlook is really beautiful and there's lots of great information here on the plaques, plus there was a ranger who you could talk to.
Here is where the glacier would have been in 2005. Where are you going? So I thought that was the overlook, but it looks like the overlook is right there.
That first overlook is where most people turned around, but there was an established path to a closer overlook that was only about a 5-minute walk.
This is so crazy. I never thought I would see 3 glaciers in 3 different ways in like a 24-hour period. Alaska, you're pretty incredible. Pops just pointed this out. Look at those monstrous pieces that have fallen off right there. Those are probably the size of a car. Coming right off.
After getting to this viewpoint, this is probably one of the best 2-mile trails I've ever done. And I can't wait to come back here again and do the hike all the way to the top so I can get a good view of the Harding ice field.
And one last time, here is where the glacier was in 2010. It is now 2021. All right, Pops, what do you think?
This is amazing. Another different way of seeing a glacier. This one's incredible. It's sad to see how far it has retreated, but it's still incredibly beautiful.
2 thumbs up? 2 thumbs up. You guys look, there's a waterfall right there. Thanks for hiking the Exit Glacier with me. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can see all of my Alaska content in the corner, and we'll see you on the next video.